There we go. Let me get some links up here really quickly.
Sure.
And then if you want to blast out a message to let people know, we are chilling.
Happily. Is it the same link that we've been?
It should be.
All right.
There we go. Look at that. Oh, we are chilling. Hey.
It's the same one.
Not too bad at all, huh? Okay, there we go. Hello. How's everyone doing? Happy Earth Day.
Hey, guys.
Let me, here, what I'll do is I'll put us to the side, and then I'll put chat here so we can chat. And then I will say something. And I'll keep an eye on chat. Keep an eye on chat.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm sure there's a much better way to do this. I'll put the window somewhere very special. No, chat. Windows on way. Okay. Cool. How's everyone doing? How's it going? Happy Earth Day.
Guys.
Happy Earth Day. We're just going to hang out for a little bit, do some chatting, talk about books and stuff like that, and all that fun stuff.
Eye on short.
As my yoga ball creaks around.
See what's up here. This is just. Yeah, once it
decides to do it.
Once the internet started.
Yeah.
It'll be super fun.
Perfect. So, how have you been?
I've been good, Omar. How
nice.
are you?
Not too bad at all. Not too bad. I went up to the Bay Area for a little bit, which is very nice. Got to see the Sharks. Not play, but I was right next to the arena at a bar. And that was great. So I was right in the action.
That's cool.
But I didn't pay a ticket. So
good for you.
Not trying to say that I don't support financially the Sharks.
Right.
But I don't. I just didn't intend to share that information.
Gotcha.
And we're in my room right now, and I'm currently in the mode of reorganizing a whole bunch of stuff. So you can see over my shoulder, that's the Ultron Bank that his birthday yesterday. And then there's also right over your shoulder is the Do Not Disturb from the Twin Peaks pop-up that I got. Yeah, so that's what that is. And that's where that's from.
That's cool.
Yeah. What have you, anything new going on with you?
No, you know what? Actually, it's funny. I've been obsessed with this. I just got this. So I still get DVDs from Netflix.
Yes,
still have
you are
DVD
part of the
plan.
Yep, you're part of the DVD empire.
Because not everything is streaming on Netflix. So there's still a lot of stuff that I want to make sure I see as much as I can. And so I got this movie the other day called Everybody Loves Somebody.
Okay.
Which is a romantic comedy from like 2016, 2017. By the way, romantic comedy is not a thing that people make anymore. So like it's a nice rare find to see.
That's true. That's unfortunate.
I think I have my own theories behind it. I think romantic comedies happen when the economy is good.
Oh, and
like
right now
we're
all
better
like,
economy, then we're able to make romantic comedies because all the big male producers are like, yeah, I guess we got enough money to make chick films now. So, which is total bull because romantic comedies, male or female, pretty great.
Yep.
And this one is amazing. It's a joint production between some Spanish American production houses or Mexican production houses and American production two international studios coming together for this bilingual romantic comedy.
Awesome.
Both English and Spanish, and it's a mix of characters that speak both. And it's about a girl. You know what? I'm gonna bring up the IMDb description.
You're gonna read out the synopsis.
I am super and yeah.
We're talking about rom-coms if you're just hopping in. So in chat, if you want to throw in your favorite romantic comedy and give us a quick description, whether you want to pull it for IMDb or you want to do it from your own brain, because that would be great, because that's what we're chatting about right now.
Yeah. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
A successful and single career woman to pose as her boyfriend at a family wedding back home in Mexico. Her situation gets complicated when her ex shows up at the ceremony. Sounds familiar? It sounded like Pitch Perfect to me. Not Picture Perfect. The Jennifer Aniston Jay Moore movie from like the 90s. This one's different. So the character is a doctor, an OBGYN specifically.
Dope.
Giving birth or making sure
she's giving birth to babies all the time.
She's helping women give birth to babies all the time. She's in a building. There's another doctor who's a pediatrician. She has to go to her parents' wedding because her parents are actually getting married.
Oh,
just
congratulations.
married for the first time. They've been together for over 40 years, but they've decided now to just get married.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's in her 30s. She's getting the pressure to like settle down and stuff. So she's like, just so that will you come to this wedding with me and stuff. When she gets to that wedding, though, her old flame from 8 years ago just shows up uninvited, but the family loves him anyway, so it's totally cool. Turns out that the guy that she brought had to start going out with her too.
Oh no!
Starts the wooing process. And stuff. So
no!
She has to go in between. She has to figure out: do I like this new guy, or is this old flame still giving me that spark? You know. And here's the thing: is it's simple, it's great.
Yep.
Here's why I liked it.
Yep.
The writing is actually ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Like far too good. Like romantic comedy's fine. Let's say it. Not always the smartest of scripts.
Sure. Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're bad, but it's gonna be a thing. This was just way better than it had any right to be. All of the characters were just very well written, or just like had very interesting things to say. One-liners like crazy. Everybody got to have one, and it all came out organically. Like it's just doing what they're doing. The main character, actress, person, whose name is Carla Souza, who you may recognize from How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh,
I did not.
Okay.
Never watched the show.
It's great.
But fell in love with her in this movie because she just like, what's interesting just from an acting point of view, you kind of get used to, especially film, just like keeping your face still, just moving as little as possible. And her face just like has these little ticks and quirks and things that are just amazing and adorable. And you just keep wanting to like watch her do her thing constantly. And the nice guy, who is an Australian actor by the name of Ben O'Toole, who I've never seen in anything else, is just, I've never seen anyone so unafraid of smiling. Like
he's just like,
he spends half the movie smiling all the time, and I was okay with it. Like I was never distracted. Like this dude just smiles constantly. It's super annoying. Like no, I like watching him smile. Weird thing. I've been smiling more since I've seen this movie.
Because of Ben.
Yeah.
Because of Ben O'Toole.
Made me unafraid to smile.
That's nice.
Yeah. Or just this movie in general, weird side effect, not afraid of my face anymore.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So either way, though, it's great. Everyone has nice, like, it's the script is great. It's the cinematography is just very colorful. Like it knows its genre, but also makes it like great. Just watch it. Just rent it. Find it somewhere. It might be on Amazon.
You can get it from the DVD rental on Netflix.
Yeah. So just I just promote the film. I'm promoting it for no reason other than I just think you guys should better your life by seeing this.
That's just a genuine review.
Yes.
Well, that sounds great. And an easy segue into our favorite movies and stories, because this month for April, we are in Adventurers Island, where it is a bunch of public domain heroes that like going on adventures, of which there are many. Because it's a weird thing, because I think most stories are adventures, but they're specifically the adventure genre, right?
Yes.
Which, I don't know. How do you delineate between like action, adventure, and just like a normal story? Like what makes an adventure story an adventure story?
I think the physical obstacles.
Okay, so having to like traverse landscapes.
It's just the action scenes and things. It's more of a physical undertaking, the adventure like realm deal.
Got it. That makes sense. Does it have to take place somewhere else for it to be an adventure?
No.
Okay.
It does not. In theory.
Okay.
I don't need it to.
Yeah.
I am unfamiliar with very many that don't. take place outside of like, you know, just a house or someone's mind.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because like I feel like using your own area is like such a fun way to have an adventure. Like I don't know.
Yeah, well, technically, The Goonies is a local adventure because it's all in their hometown.
There it is.
So,
does the cave count? No, because you have to go somewhere and do something.
Yeah. But no, but even that, like, actually, we were just talking about this. I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids for the first time in a while yesterday. That's an adventure film, and that just takes place in their backyard.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That proves it.
Extenuating circumstances. They were all shrunken like crazy, so the backyard's like a huge jungle now.
There was a shift in perspective.
Yes,
but
yeah, shift in perspective, not a change in location.
There it is. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite adventure book?
You know, actually,
doesn't have to be public domain. It can be outside of our public domain.
Actually, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is actually Around the World in 80 Days.
Okay.
Because I can't remember how much fun I've had reading something. Like just actual allergies. Hold on.
Bless you. Is it to the cats?
It's the cats.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Do you want some Benadryl, some Claritin?
I'm good. I'm gonna tough it out.
Okay.
I'll be all right. But no, I just remember with Around the World in 80 Days.
Bless you.
Just every page is going, this is so much fun. Like you really felt like you were moving as the book was also like going around the world and stuff. Like you really felt like you were along for the ride, which is something I hadn't experienced before.
Bless you. We're punctuating with the sneezes.
Yes. How about yourself?
In terms of standalone book, there's this, and this is my favorite childhood book, and I only read it once. But 21 Balloons, which is actually very similar to Around the World in 80 Days, except there's only one. He only goes to one place.
Okay.
But it's like he lands on this island that is obsessed. It's like balloon punk. It's like air balloon punk, I think is like, if it had to be any genre. And so it's this place that like lives off of like using like air balloons to like do things. And like that's their transportation, is they take balloons from one part of the island to the other, and there's diamonds. And it was just like such a fun world, and like it was a utopia. But because also they don't have like a money system, because there's only I think 21 families, and they all just cook for each other, and it's a small community. And they have diamonds everywhere, but they have diamonds because they live on an active volcano. So even though mankind achieved utopia, the volcano goes off at the end and they have to like leave. And so it's like they're still displaced, and it's very sad. But for a gleaming moment, we had this utopia.
That is really disappointing.
Yeah, so it's very sad. But yeah, how about movie? Action movie.
Well, that's just going to be harder. Now we're talking action or adventure?
Sorry, adventure, not action. Yeah, adventure.
Okay.
Because we've got Action Alley. Just kidding, that's not.
Yeah. You know what? Adventure. I don't really. I'm not a huge adventure type film person. For instance, I have never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean films.
Really?
Not a single one. I've seen a lot of the first one. I've never finished it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You never finished it? Why not?
It doesn't do anything for me.
You were just like halfway through. You're like, meh.
No, it's for whatever reason. It's just never did.
Interesting.
Much for me. But that being said, we were just talking about the Goonies and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Those films do hold up. And the Goonies is a film I still watch often and have much love for. So you know what? I'm gonna go with the Goonies.
Nice. That's a good answer.
One of my traveling goals, is to go to Astoria, Oregon, and just see where they filmed all this stuff. Just do a little sightseeing of suburban Oregon.
Yep. I went to St. Helens to go check out Halloween Town, where they show Halloween Town, and it was during October, so they put a bunch of stuff back up. They had a taxi cab that had a skeleton in it. It was great. It felt like you were in Halloween Town. Like it was. The movie theater's there. Yeah. Like you could go in and just chill on the movie and go see a movie.
Yeah. There used to be a Jane Austen festival held like once a year.
In Oregon?
No, just somewhere in the United States.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember hearing about it at some sort where it was almost like a convention of sorts, where just everybody dressed up like they were in Jane Austen books, and just the whole town was just like one massive Jane Austen like world.
So you just like go and dance and hang out and do stuff?
Yeah. So like it was basically like a Renaissance fair, but very specific. Where people just had one particular interest.
Right.
Which I'd still, if that's a thing, I'd still like to go there. That would be fun.
That'd be great. I have Ren Fairs going on right now.
Yes. I'm so upset I haven't gone yet.
It's really fun. I kind of wish it was just like a pub crawl. Or like
they have that.
They do, but it's so expensive.
It is.
I wish it was just like you paid like $20 one time and then you just got like to drink a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like each place, I think you'd spend like $10 on a beer.
That's really annoying. I mean, that being said, I pretty much, wherever I go, I just, because I tend to go twice. Once like the observation day, just there, have fun, walk around. And then the second tends to be like, I'm getting mead.
Yep.
Everywhere I go, which is usually not a lot of mead because it's very small and very expensive.
Very expensive.
So it's actually really hard to get drunk at a Renaissance fair.
I know that like
because it's so pricey.
I know there's like an economy to the Renaissance fair, and like you have to support the Renaissance fair, and there's so many performers. So I'm not trying to say like let's shortchange it. I would like if there was a more affordable alternative.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm down with less crazy hugeness and more of like if there was just like two sort of alleys, and then you can just get like affordable mead. You know, I would be down with that.
Just a Bevmo in the middle of
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I get it to an extent. I mean, it's not like Disneyland where you have every right to complain how expensive everything is, because like, you know, we go there, like people tend to go to Disneyland more than once or twice in their lives.
Yep.
Especially us who are in California,
just to spit away.
Like, you know, you don't need to charge so much. Like you're packed all the time.
Yeah.
Renaissance fairs, you know, it's a couple of weekends out of the year. Most people go like once.
Yeah.
You know, you got one-time visitors, so you kind of want to get as much bang for your buck as you can. So I get the mentality behind it. Just as big fans that we are, who like look forward to going here often, it would be nice if there was just like was it a discount, or was it a loyalty?
Yeah. It's like you come here often, so let me pay. Yeah, here's like a $6 mead. Yeah.
It's like, you've been to the Renaissance fair 10 times. You get 10% off of everything for the rest of your life.
What would it be? What would like that membership be? It wouldn't be like a card, like a scroll, like a
it's got to be a scroll.
Official,
like
stamped Kings. Yeah.
You walk up, here's my royalty.
Yeah, with like royal seals. Yeah.
Just like 10% off everything. 10%
I like that.
Everything. Yeah.
Since the Renaissance Fair is like a thing, and again, I don't want to take anything away from performers, but if we were to make our own type of event like that, what would it be?
I've thought about this a lot.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't expect you to have an answer. Okay, what is it?
Feudal Japan.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Ninjas and samurais just everywhere. Yeah.
That would totally work too.
Yeah, I've thought about this both as like a Renaissance fair type thing.
Yeah.
So like a feudal Japan fair where you have like everything. But also I thought about this as a fun run, like a zombie run, where like you're running somewhere and then out of nowhere a ninja pops out.
Nice.
And you have to fight them.
Great.
In order to survive. A lot of legal things that just, you know, the insurance alone is just, because you're going to get that one guy who's like, I ain't came here to run, I came here to fight ninjas. And like, it's not going to go well. There's going to be some injuries, and that would be a shame. But in theory, it's a thing that I would love to experience.
Unless you made the hosts robots.
See, then we're getting into Westworld stuff.
Yeah, but that would be...
See, but you know how I am about technology in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I don't trust Amazon Echo. I'm not going to put a sword in a robot's hand.
I changed my Amazon Echo to, I didn't like saying Alexa. It freaked me out, so I changed it to computer. So then it just activated just now when I said it.
Yeah.
So like, computer, play Beyonce on Spotify. It's not. That
was a really good investment.
It's not listening. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just didn't buy one because I don't trust that. I don't want those things in my life. It's just less.
Well, it's just listening
spyware.
to you.
It's just
just listening to you.
Yeah.
So I say a bunch of stuff that makes no sense. Where I'm just like, "Moof, really gonna invest in cheese mugs?" That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But now Amazon's gonna try to advertise to me cheese mugs.
Yeah.
But it's not anything.
It's all very irks me.
Yeah.
It irks me. So
yeah,
that's that whole deal. What's your favorite adventure movie?
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. If I could make it, if I could turn my Echo Dot into a replicator, I absolutely would. Let's see here. Let's try one more time. Let's see if it's listening.
What's it?
Computer, play Beyonce on Spotify. It really does not. Is it unplugged?
Where is it?
It's hidden behind my yarn box.
Okay.
Computer, what time is it? It is not listening for some reason. This is very freaky. But yeah. Earl Grey hot. Computer, Earl Grey hot.
That's not even a thing it can do.
No, but I want it to.
Right.
Were you ever a Next Gen fan?
Star Trek. That's the one I grew up. Well, that is the Star Trek that I was first exposed to and grew up watching many of the shows. The Star Trek that was my Star Trek, that's the one I avidly watched, was Voyager.
Oh, nice. I can see you as a Janeway. Janeway's my captain.
Voyager was the one. Star Trek Next Gen was like, oh, this is a thing that's on that I'll watch with my dad sometimes. Voyager was the one was like, oh, this I like.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Star Trek. I didn't even know I liked Star Trek. Okay, this is more than just a show.
Because Next Gen was an 80s show that went to the 90s. Voyager was a straight up 90s show.
You think?
I'm pretty sure in terms of the years.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
I
can say with confidence because I've looked it up on Wikipedia.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, at least in my memory, I think Next Gen holds up a little more in terms of just solid seasons and episodes and things. Voyager kind of fell into just the Borg all the time, which I think was actually a result of First Contact being so successful. So it's really not so much Voyager's
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because First Contact came out, and then you had 7 of 9, the next season on Voyager. Yeah, and then it was just more Borg and Borg and Borg and Borg and Borg. And
yeah, you're totally right. It was just Borg on Borg.
But really, it's not Voyager's fault for being full on Borg later in its seasons. It's really Next Generation that kind of screwed it over in that sense. So, but I will say this. Even though I do love the rebooted Star Trek movies, I have enjoyed
the Abrams ones.
Yeah, Chris Pine's great, and it's not to say anything bad about those movies. I do feel a little robbed that we never got any Voyager films. Films of Voyager cast. It would have been really cool once the Generation films were over. After Nemesis, we moved on to Janeway's crew, and
God, that would have been amazing.
That would have been nice to see. I felt a little shorted.
Who can we write to about that? I would love for a Voyager movie. Also, the window's blowing out everything. Look at that. This looks like a scene from freaking Close Encounters right now.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
That's terrifying.
Is that the sign from Close Encounters?
Oh, my fingers start to look at the refraction in that camera right there. That's very weird.
So I'm noticing the dumbbells you have in the closet right now, and there are gloves. Are they on?
I can't turn the computer to show it to you guys. Those
are the gloves attached?
They're independent.
Okay.
The gloves go on my hands.
Okay, because otherwise I had a lot more questions.
The gloves go on my hands in a very glove-like fashion. So yeah, folks, why don't you tell us what your favorite adventure story is so we can find out what your tastes are like. And then maybe before we wrap up this hangout, we can give a little hint about the upcoming land for next month.
Yeah.
And which will be the folks we'll be hopping into, because we've been doing our weekly test drive episodes, which have been so much fun to do. We just hop in a car and then just play it out.
Treasure Island was really fun.
Treasure Island, which just went out.
If you guys haven't seen it, it's great. I make a lot of references towards Long John being the wrong name to entice
horrifying name
boat for. Yeah, that was my favorite. That was my whole favorite bit. Like, I know you're too young to know that innuendos are a thing, but it's an innuendo.
It's an innuendo.
And it's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nice, those time. Just a snippet of what you get.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And you can see the whole thing without relying on the snippet on Patreon.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you just get to head to the Patreon, throw in a couple of bucks, and then you get a video every week of what we're trying to do. And this is our test drives are basically we improvise with these characters and we pull from that for the episodes that we actually write. So there's some stuff that you'll see in future episodes that are like in this car, or in the stuff, and so we use it to kind of like get the inspiration of how we want to attack these characters and stuff. So, and it's all to help our scripted season. That we've already written and are ready to shoot. We just need a couple of bucks for it.
And there was one buck that came in. That's the sound of a buck.
It would be nice if it was. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much, it's a lot of why we're doing what we're doing right now. We're still trying to keep, hope alive and making this series a real thing. So,
which is great. And thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for continuing to support the project. It's such a fun project, such a beautiful project. And it's we're talking about stories. That's like my favorite thing. It's just chatting about stories. So let's see, we got an answer here. Favorite adventure? I really like the Wheel of Time series. Have you ever read Wheel of Time?
I have never read the Wheel of Time series.
I haven't actually, but I know quite a bit about the Wheel of Time. But that is a fantastic answer. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Maybe we should do like a little book club for Wheel of Time stuff. That actually be kind of really fun.
I'm reading the last thing I just read was the Simican Prophecies. I finally finished that one, which is cool because it's very like Lord of the Ringsy, but all with Indian and Middle Eastern cultural influence.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a lot more like monsters and demons and mythology from that part of the world and culture and stuff, rather than just more of a European influence. So, which is great because it does put a very fresh spin on the genre. And also I just didn't expect it. I laughed a lot. Like, I didn't expect it to be fun. It's very Monty Python-esque in its own way, which I'm stealing from the reviews that they say in the book.
It says Monty Python-esque?
Yeah. Some of the reviews are just, this is very Monty Python. This is Monty Python meets Lord of the Rings. But, yeah. And but it's super fun. It's about there's a bunch of characters come together for a quest, but it's very I wouldn't say self-aware of itself as much as it is making fun of the genre as it's taking part in it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. We also Mistborn. Did you ever read Mistborn?
No.
Dude, we got to do a freaking book club. We got to do a book club. This would be so fun to blow. Because also these are like not insane reads. These are like very accessible, fun fantasy adventure reads. Man, great taste. Great taste. Well, great books. That was my Nicole Kidman Oscars clap. Or was it Golden Globes? I forget which one.
Yeah.
But it was perfect. I thought it was a perfect clap that she did. Wow, those are such good answers. Holy smokes. Heck yes. Well, now I'm wondering if... Okay, maybe we'll fold it in. But let's, as we're nearing sort of the end of this hangout, feel free to throw any questions you have, any comments, anything you'd like to throw into chat. Because we would love to continue chatting. But I'm trying to think of a sneaky way to give a hint at next month's theme and land that we'll be visiting, which of course you'll get a calendar of on the 1st. And there's a bunch of perks coming your way because we have to hand draw a lot of them. Hand draw onto an iPad. So it's sort of hand drawn. That's hand drawn, right?
Yeah.
Because you're using your hand. It's not a...
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, hand drawn.
I think hand drawn means you drew it.
With your hands.
With your hand.
It's pretty straightforward, I guess.
Self-descriptive, I feel.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty. I didn't need to ask that question. But let's see here. Magnifying glass. I'll give like 3 visuals,
okay.
maybe. Magnifying glass. Green hillside. Cobblestone.
I think I got it.
You think you got it?
Yeah.
But also you did get an email with all the lands because we talked about them.
Well, yeah, but like I only read it once.
Okay, all right. Well, in that case, those are pretty good hints.
Yeah.
If it dredged up your memories.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We're gonna be starting to shoot various characters from this land.
Yep.
Soon.
We got to figure that out probably after this hangout.
Yeah.
To figure out the next.
Schedule that stuff because we have one more video coming out this week.
Yep.
For our
Adventures Island
this month of stuff, and yeah, so we gotta jump in a car. And
one of the most famous adventurers, I would say, is what we have for this.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
For the last week is like, in my mind, the adventurer, even though I haven't read a lot of books about this character.
But he's in a lot of them.
He's in a lot of them.
Or he has
a lot of them, yeah.
Featuring him.
Yeah. So if you want to take a guess at who that is. Does something fall in my closet?
Something fell in your closet.
I wonder if there's an animal in there. Because I've got cats. Or also, possums live in this neighborhood.
Hey, real quick.
Yep.
You guys can't see this, but there's a cassette holder container. God, it's been so long since we bought these things. I don't even know what they're called anymore. The jacket sleeve. What holds a VHS now?
A cassette case.
Cassette case. There's a cassette case of Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. I have heard you speak of this movie before.
Oh, the VHS?
Yeah. Why do you like that movie so much?
Okay, well, first of all, just so you know, there's up there, and let me bring it down. 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to bring this down. Here we go. You get to look at my shirt for a little bit. Here we go. I'll bring down a little collection here to show you guys. I've got some shelves of fun things. So here's Spirit on VHS, which I could have gotten signed by Jeffrey Katzenberg, but I didn't because I failed to give it to my friend who was working there at the time.
Why would you want to?
Because he runs DreamWorks. Not anymore. And then also here is a Spirit toy. Here we go. Let's look at that. Silhouetted against the bright light of American expansion. It is just such a beautiful, the art of that movie is so incredible. The landscapes are amazing. And it captures this sense of like Western Americana that I don't see in anything else. And so I think those are reasons I really like it. It's also like the horses don't talk, even though you hear Matt Damon's thing. I feel like that was maybe put in afterwards because they were like, we just can't have horses. Like, we need to have a human voice at some point.
You know, God bless Matt Damon. I've always enjoyed his work. I think, I love Matt Damon. Has not been successful in the voiceover front or animated feature.
Has not.
No, because we got Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, which did not do well as much as you love it.
Ebert and Roper gave it 2 thumbs up. Says on the VHS cover right there.
And it just has this random like Bryan Adams soundtrack. Like they were trying to do the Elton John Lion King thing where it's just like a lot of his.
Well, it is Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer does the soundtrack.
Well, Ryan Adams, I think. Is it Brian or Ryan? Whoever did Summer of '69. He does a lot of the vocal songs.
Yeah. He's like the Phil Collins Tarzan situation.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. So we have Spirit, but then also there's Titan AE.
Yeah.
Which I saw it.
What did you think of Titan AE?
I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
My thing that made me upset, it's weird because like I can suspend my disbelief for pretty much everything. Everything.
Got it.
Except when it comes to space stuff.
Really?
And not all space stuff. I just need it's when human beings are in space. Like unprotected and survive at all. is a problem for me.
Got it.
And there's this one sequence in Titan AE where they get exploded, just thrown out of the ship, and they're in space, no space suits or anything, just fully exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And this character just tells Matt Damon's character, "Hold your breath." And so they hold their breath, and then he uses a fire extinguisher to like propel them to the next safe spot.
Did Wally take that?
I think Wally took that.
Wally stole from Titan AE.
But more importantly,
I didn't realize that.
Matt Damon's character just held his breath for a little while and survived the vacuum of space with no injuries to himself whatsoever. This is what bothered me a lot. This bothered me a lot in Guardians of the Galaxy, where freaking Star-Lord is running around with a mask on, but otherwise just a jacket and his scalp fully exposed. These are things that bother me. Like I can get through of everything else. I can even deal with like, you know, explosions in space and you hearing those things. Like that's fine. It's not a big deal. But when like a human body is in space and not just dying a gruesome, horrible death, I can't.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
I don't believe it. Battlestar got it right.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica. They knew what was up.
They used to throw people out into space.
Yeah.
Actually, that's confusing because in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they actually throw people out into space as a punishment.
Yeah.
And like that they die.
Yeah.
So that is confusing.
Yeah.
Well, like maybe it's suffocation.
They screw around with. You know.
They can do whatever they want. And thank you so much. You don't need to know anything about Spirit except that you can send horse emojis to Dale on Twitter, and she'll love it. She'll act like she doesn't like it, but she loves it. The more horse emojis we send to her, the more her heart will be fulfilled. So please feel free to do that. And you can tell her that we're in it together.
I feel like that's not true. You're just...
No, it is. I know her very well, and she loves it. But she doesn't want people to do it too much because she doesn't want people to be inconvenienced. But it's not inconvenience to us. And it makes us happy to make her happy. So we can send her all the horse emojis we want until the end of time. Remember when emoji wasn't a thing?
I do, fondly.
And now it's a film. Now they got a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I miss? Just talking to people. Like on the phone.
Uh-huh.
You know, just taking the time.
Just like chatting.
To like communicate with your voice. You know? And it was important, like, because it took effort and you had to like, I mean, it was really great. You knew how much you liked someone when you had to call them to ask them out on a date.
Yeah,
because like, their parents might growing pick up, and and you're just like, I
got to go through these. I got to go through these gatekeepers, and
and like, or just in general, you know, like just asking someone for their phone number and being like, I'll give you a call, and then having that awkward first conversation, getting to know each other and stuff, like, you know, these trials and tribulations of, you know, connecting with other human beings, and now you can just like text and be and like just there's this degree of separate. It's I don't know. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. I don't think it works in the long run.
It says, Google says you can survive, you last about 15 before passing out in space. Is that minutes? Or that would have to be seconds?
It's seconds.
Why would it be minutes? That would be nuts.
It would be absolutely. It's
so you hop out in space for 15 seconds and then...
well, I mean, it's also like super cold.
Oh, that's a good point about Guardians 2. That's a good point about Guardians 2.
Yeah, see, now here's the thing. Because like... Yes, that solved it. Because I watched Guardians 2, and when that reveal happened, I went, that makes sense because of my problems in the first film are problems anymore. So, okay, cool. And so I give them credit for like answering it in a later film. But the entire first movie was ruined for me for years. And this doesn't take it back for me. Like I get it. I understand it's not a problem anymore, but it was a big problem at that point. And like, it took me out of the film. I was one of those few people who like, everyone's like, Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was like, I thought it was okay.
What if we made a short called 10 Seconds where it's on a space station and they have to go out to like stop an alien, but they can only go out for 10 seconds at a time so that they count. Because at 15 they pass out. So you have to like run out and like try to take care of the alien, like 10, and then you have to go back inside. What do you think? $40 million project?
I just don't think we have the budget.
The story's there.
Yeah.
Character development, everything's there.
We may need to expand.
Into a franchise? You're saying this is like a Cloverfield movie?
Just in general, like, I mean, it's a short film, so, you know, I mean,
no, this is the short, 2-hour
film of just people jumping from one place to
another. Well, we get to meet them for the first 30 minutes.
Okay.
We meet our characters and find out about their families.
Act 1, sure.
And then Act 2 is the aliens outside. And they have to go outside and stop it.
Okay. But only for 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah, they can only go out for 10 seconds at a time, and then they have to, like, get better.
Right. I feel like this is kind of what the second episode of Battlestar was.
30 minutes, 33, yeah.
Every 33 minutes they have to go out there, and they're only out there for a couple seconds before they gotta get back.
Yeah, but that was 33. This is 10 seconds.
I mean, the stakes are higher.
For but we gotta fill more time.
Yeah.
We have to fill like twice as much time.
I'll just marinate on it.
Okay, why don't you marinate on it?
Yeah.
And I'll start development and production. And maybe even start prepping post-production.
Well, it's all on you then.
Well, you said you'd marinate on it.
Yeah.
So then you can take care of that, but I'll get like color correction ready. Yeah. I'll start with color correction. And on that, I think we're going to wrap up our hangout for this month. But don't worry, we'll be back next month to talk about all the characters that we've been seeing in our test drives, and the books we'll be reading, and the land that we're hopping into next month, which is really exciting. I'm really excited. I like Adventures Island a lot, but I'm not super familiar with a lot of the content, whereas next month's I know quite a bit.
Okay. Well, that'll be fun.
One of the authors I think I've read almost every single book from.
Okay.
But
that'll be cool because Omar just kind of jumps in and then we get into it because they're all improvised. So
completely improvised.
Yeah, I'm really just going off of what's going on in his brain.
We don't even decide the characters before like 20 minutes before max. Like we're like walking down and we're just like, adventurers, who's an adventurer? Oh, I guess we should do like a Treasure Island thing. Okay, we'll do Treasure Island.
Yeah.
So it's completely off the cuff, which is very fun and nuts. But yes, I thank you again so much for supporting this project. Thank you for your continued support. If you're waiting on perks, they are coming because we're either hand drawing them or making them because there's some amazing, exciting ones coming down the pipeline. And they're only going to get better and more wonderful. So thank you guys so much again. We really appreciate it. And this hangout was a blast. I love just chatting about it. We talked about books and Next Gen and Voyager and, of course, Spirit. Because here it is again. Look, 2 thumbs. So up. Read that. 2 thumbs, capital U, up.
And there were simpler times back then.
This was $13 back in the day.
Why is that $13?
That's a used copy was $13. A brand new copy, guess how much it was? Guess.
I can no, that has to be $12.
Guess how much the new one was.
15.
Cool. I don't know the answer. It's not on here, but I'd be curious to find out. I think it's a pretty good, from what I can tell, it's a good guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we will see you on the Patreon page. Please tell your friends about the show, about this project. And if there's anything you want to send our way, any feedback or ideas or anything you want to throw into our test drives, please let us know because we got to talk about how long you could survive in space. This is the best. You guys are the best. So, all right. We'll see you guys on the internet.
Right.
Bye. And I'm going to stop broadcast now.